First of all, happy Navaratri to all of you. Wanted to obviously start this Navaratri off with 9 days. We will be doing excerpts from Lalita Sahasranamam. And of course, we have no other than Shivakumar ji to help us and guide us and educate us on the nuances of Navaratri and the slokas of Lalita Sahasranam. So welcome, Shivakumar sir. Thank you for being here. And I wanted to highlight and say that he's actually in Sharjah now, and the time there is only hardly about 5 o'clock. So he has woken up extra early for us, and and we want to thank him for not only waking up early but being here and helping us and educating us. So thank you, Shivakumar sir, and welcome. And we would now pass the mic to you, Shivakumar sir, to get us started.
Thank you so much, Rajesh ji and Radhika ji, for hosting this beautiful, the opportunity, giving me the beautiful opportunity in this Navaratri time, which is really wonderful. First of all, there are reasons for that. Now, I think most of us here, as Radhika ji had earlier indicated, are more of Tamil this thing, and she was saying you can use Tamil more, and in between, of course, some Telugu this thing also. But if there is any doubts in between, you can just let me know, and I can put it in English also. Okay.
Mama, என்னோட friend அவள join பண்ணிருக்கானே ஒரு neighbor தான்.
Namaskaram.
But she cannot understand Tamil. Yeah.
Then I'll do one thing. I'll put everything in English so that it will be common.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
Okay. First of all, there are reasons, as I had mentioned. I'll just, I think today's presentation, if everybody is okay with, I think we'll take 10 minutes extra to finish it, because it's an introductory day and it cannot be rushed. So starting Navaratri, which is such an auspicious event, so I thought I'll take 10 minutes more to introduce everything. First of all, there are reasons, as Mr. Rajesh said. Yes, rightly, I'm here in Sharjah now for the past 10 days. On 20th of September, more than 10 days, 20th of September, I was here already in the afternoon, and I'll be here till the mid of December to return back to India. Till then, Sharjah, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all these places, all the Emirates, which is a routine visit. But this past 1.5 years, due to our COVID deity, I think we have all been restricted, and the momentum has begun again with an auspicious note, because it is a Navaratri time when this event and this travel has happened, which is very significant. That is one thing which I wanted to mention. The second thing is, it is regarding Ambal, and who is my Ishta Devata. So it becomes more interesting for me, and it gives an excitement for me to bring out some details with my limited knowledge to share with all of you, which will be very interesting. And all ladies, especially, who are the forms of Ambal only according to the Puranas and also according to the Shastras, which is the truth. Stri Shakti, Shakti and empowerment and Shakti. Without Shakti, there is no Shiva. And that is what Lalita Sahasranama says also, Shiva Shakti Aikya Rupa. And the 9 days of Navaratri and the significance of it, how it came into being. First of all, we start with the Navaratri deities. Navaratri, as you very commonly know and mention it, Nava is 9 in Sanskrit, and Ratri is nights, the 9 significant nights, the 9 auspicious nights. What are these 9 auspicious nights? And what is the deity for the first day? Ambal has taken 9 different forms in these 9 significant days, and has annihilated an n number of the evil forces, the so-called demonic qualities, which are depicted as demons, so that the qualities in a human being is corrected. That is what is depicted as demons, to bring out a morale, to bring out a right form of indications for the humankind. It is signified, it is more mentioned, it is depicted as if it is a story in form of demons and things, so that you get an idea how the human mind is corrected. And the first day, the deity, the form of Ambal, is Shailaputri. As you can see in the slide, which has been, I think the slide will be depicted here, picturized and presented in front of you. Shailaputri, the deity who holds a trident, who is on the bull, the Nandi, and who holds a trident, In her two hands, one of the hands a trident, and in the other hand a lotus. And with so benign her vision, the benign her face, and the serene face with lot of karunya in the eyes, showering us with all the positivity from the beginning of Navaratri to bring our next year and years together to go ahead with all positivity. We start this. Now coming to Shailaputri. Shaila means hills, that is the mountains, which is incidentally everyone knows. She is the daughter of Himavan, the hill king, the mountain king. And Putri is daughter. That is why Shailaputri. And this is the form of Ambal, which is very positive. As you can see, as I had mentioned now, the form, how she is presented, that is how it is seen in the slide. Now, coming to mention one more thing, why, as we had discussed now, as I had started, how Navaratri started. We have a significant legend behind it, which comes in the second slide, where we mention about Trikuta, a young girl, Trikuta. Her name is Trikuta, the girl who was born to Ratnakara, and couple, a Ratnakara couple in South India, down the South India. She was born to the king Ratnakara, and she was known as Trikuta. She was born with the name, she was named Trikuta. And later, when this young girl, when she was reaching an age of, say, 5 or 6 or 7, that young age, there was a demon in that area called Kalakeya. Kalakeyas are demons who are 60,000 in number. There are n number of demons in the name of Kalakeya, and their numbers, it's a clan, and they are 60,000 in number. So one of the Kalakeyas was very, very powerful at that time, and who was creating havoc all around, disturbing all the saints, all the rishis, all the pious souls, and disturbing everyone and destroying everything. He became a threat to the whole land, the whole world. And where specifically Ambal as Trikuta was born, and that is the kingdom where he was having his own more of the negative events and all the incidents which he was doing. So there was a time when it reached the heights of it where Ambal wanted to teach him a lesson and to correct and help out the people around the whole universe. Because this man, this demon, had a lot of powers which he had gained through his penances. And he used to use that to destroy a lot of things, to destroy vegetation, to destroy the environment, to destroy the animals and species, everything, all whatever comes in front of him. And he knew that Trikuta was Ambal's avatar. What happened? This girl Trikuta actually was born, created from the combined energies of Durga Lakshmi Saraswati. From the combined energies of Durga Lakshmi Saraswati was this girl created and sent in the Garbha of Ratnakara's wife, and that is how she was born. So, Ayornir Yoni Nilaya, you have a word in Lalita Sahasranamam, Ayornir Yoni Nilaya. Yoni is the uterus, the female organ of a human being, a lady mainly. Ayornir Yoni Nilaya, without the Yoni combination of a man born to the Yoni Nilaya, she came into the Yoni because she came to Ratnakara's wife. She was not born to Ratnakara. I hope everybody got it. It's like in olden days, and in the science also we say parthenogenesis. It is something, a science of parthenogenesis, where it is like a IVF baby. It's like an IVF baby without the yoni getting directly included. It happens. That is the way. Anyway, that's a different thing. So once this was done and she was born, and he knew, so his doing of negative things increased and his vigor increased because he knew that Ambal is there. So when that reached the height of it, when he started stopping all the, finishing off all the vegetation so that nobody gets any food, nothing, and all sorts of those things, when he stopped the rains, when he stopped like that, one step by step, whatever he did, that is when Ambal started this 9 days as Trikuta. She started with her powers each day to create a deity, invoke a deity, the 9 deities in her, and bring them out to bless the land with vegetation one day, with food one day, with strength one day, with lot of positivity for people and happiness one day. Like this, different things in the 9 days, the 9 attributes which are very importantly required for the basic sustenance rather than the comfort levels. This was created by her, and that were the deities. And from that day in is what Navaratri came into. It was Trikuta, and this Trikuta is none other than the girl, after which, when she went, and I'm just quoting the legend in a very short, brief way, when she, after that, came to direct combat with this demon, and when he saw that it was a girl, a small child, he was laughing, he was sarcastically laughing and insulting, and it reached a stage when this child she just ran away. She just ran away and he was following her. It was just a technique to bring him to the right fold where he doesn't disturb others and then finish him off. He didn't understand that. She ran away and she entered a cave. She ran away far away and entered a cave which was three-headed. And that is the cave which is known as Trikuta Parvata, which is in Jammu and Kashmir. And this girl was none other than Vaishnav Devi. She was the Vaishnavi. Ambal Trikuta is none other than Vaishnavi in Jammu Kashmir. And where she entered the cave, and once she entered the cave, she became so large. The cave entrance was so small, and his boon, which he had got from Brahma, was like that. He has to enter a yoni, then only he can be killed. So once he entered that yoni type of that cave, which is now the Vaishnav Devi caves, which are like yoni type, you had to go enter through in a crawling way. Now they have modified it, but in olden days it was like that. And that is where she finished him, she killed him. Trikuta Kama Kotika. That is why we have the next sloka, which mentions about Trikuta. Anyway, that is the second sloka we are coming to, but I am just quoting. That is where this Trikuta comes. And Lalita Sahasranama has that sloka mentioning about it. Now we come to the first sloka of Lalita Sahasranama, which is very powerful. The slide, please. Here, everyone is aware of the first sloka. Most of them, though they don't chant the full Lalita Sahasranama, definitely are aware of the first sloka. Everyone knows that. So I'm just again reading it out as a Parayana, being a very auspicious day of Navaratri. Sri Mata, Sri Maharatni, Srimat Simhasaneshwari. Let us see the first two lines. Sri Mata, Sri is Mahalakshmi, as everyone is aware of. Sri Mata, Sri is the embodiment of Mahalakshmi, Sri Mata. Sri Maharatni, again Sri, the embodiment and the queen. She is the queen ultimate, the empress, Sri Maharatni. And here, if you see the hidden meaning, Maharatni is who? Maharatni is Ambal in the form of Meenakshi, because she was ruling the land in the world, in our universe, in our land. So Sri Mata, Sri Maharatni, it's a double meaning type of thing. You have to decipher inside deeply. Lalita Sahasranama is more, here I have to mention, Lalita Sahasranama is more of a, it's a aura and tantra healing rather than a sloka or a mantra like Vishnu Sahasranama. That is why in olden days, people had a saying that, oh, it is ladies should not chant, gents only should chant Lalita Sahasranama. Why they were saying? It was not like ladies should not chant it. If you understand the meaning and decipher it in a right way, getting the right meaning of it, you will get to know that it is more of a yoga and a methodology and a aura cleansing in Lalita Sahasranama, and describing, it is not just describing Ambal, it is describing the techniques of Tantra and the aura mechanism, rather than Vishnu Sahasranama, which just praises the Lord with his names, which is more of a mantra, which was more simpler for the normal people. That is why they mentioned, rather than having any karma or any negative which comes or whatever it is, it's nothing like that. You can read, you can chant, anyone can chant, but understand that it is more of a yoga rather than a mantra. That is the difference. So Lalita Sahasranama Parayana gives you more of a yogic correction of your body and cleansing and the metabolism rather than serving as a mantra. Right? Now again coming to Sri Maharatni, Srimat Simhasaneshwari. Srimat, The embodiment, the throne itself is an embodiment of richness. Srimat Simhasaneshwari. Such a throne she is sitting in. She is seated in a throne which is an embodiment of richness and aesthetic sense, full of aesthetic, brilliance. And in such a throne, such a beautiful, the embodiment, ultimate embodiment of Sri Mahalakshmi is seated as an empress, empress of the world, empress of the entire universe. And Chitagni Kunda Sambhuta. Here we have to split. Sanskrit has a combination of words where you have to make a splitting so you get a exact meaning of each letter and a word. So here Chitagni Kunda, it is mentioned in one word, but when you split it, it is Chit Agni Kunda. Chit is the mind. Chit is the mind, and Agni Kunda. The mind is like a Agni for all of us, all the species, because it is full of thoughts. It is full of wanted and unwanted, and whatever you call it, all sorts of thoughts. Chit Agni Kunda Sambhuta. So the one who is in the Agni of the mind, who comes out of the Agni of the mind, Devakarya Samudhyata, for the purpose of serving Devas, for the purpose of serving the entire universe. Samudhyata. Samudhyata is emerging out of the energies of the Chitagni Kunda for the Karya of the universe, for the Karya of Devas. Right? She doesn't come only for Devas, though it was mentioned here. She comes for the Chitagni Kunda Samputa of everyone. When you practice, rather than practice, when you think itself, when we are thinking today, she comes already there. She is already there here now. Chitagni Kunda Samputa Devakarya Samudhyata. So this is a very significant sloka, and which tells you indirectly in the fourth slide, when we finish, I can quote that, but still I'm giving a slight hint here. Everyone who attended the first workshop of aura and chakra healing would be already aware of this, and even others who have come into this will definitely get an idea. Chit Agni Kunda, the mind is where? Sahasrara chakra. The mind, according to science, is in the brain, and brain has the Sahasrara chakra. So we are starting with the first chakra healing here. With the first sloka itself, it is Chit Agni Kunda Samputa. How to correct the Sahasrara. So Shailaputri is a Sahasrara deity. Indirectly, it is understood. It's a correlation. You can see the deity for Sahasrara here, the main deity of Ambal's form is Shailaputri. Right? Now we come to the second sloka, which is very significant, related to Trikuta and Shailaputri. Atma Vidya Mahavidya. Atma Vidya, the mind, as we had discussed in the aura chakra healing itself in the first workshop, the mind then goes, the thought process goes through the Atma, through the Indriyas. I mentioned that. So Atma Vidya. So she is the Atma Vidya. She enters the soul. She is the Vidya of the soul, not only the mind. She reaches the Chitagni. She emerges out of the Chitagni Gunda, but then she is also the soul. The thoughts enter inside your soul. Ultimately, that is why you take a rebirth and you have the same Vasana Shakti. Yes? Yes, Kumariji? Can I continue? Okay. Atma Vidya, Mahavidya. So, Atma Vidya, the soul Vidya, the soul education is the biggest education, Mahavidya. So, she is the Mahavidya. Sri Vidya Kama Sevita. The methodology of following and reaching through the aura and chakra healing, ultimately, if you see deep inside, is nothing but Sri Vidya. It is nothing but Sri Vidya. When you go through Sri Vidya, the practice of Sri Vidya, it becomes ultimate for your aura and chakra healing, ultimately. The mantras of the Sri Vidya, the bijas of the Sri Vidya, in itself is the totality of aura and chakra healing. Kama Sevita, which becomes the ultimate fulfillment of all your kamas. Kama Sevita. Kamas here means all your desires, all the desires, whichever be the desires, whether it's the materialistic, whether it's the spiritualistic, all the desires, Kama Sevita. Sri Shodashakshari Vidya. So here, what is Shodashakshari? The Shodashakshari is the ultimate mantra of 16 lettered syllables in Sri Vidya. When you reach the height of Sri Vidya Upasana, you become a Shodashi. Shodashi is 16 letters, Shodasha. And what is the hidden meaning and here the secret of this particular word in this mantra. Actually, if you decipher it, Shodashakshari is 16 lettered, and there are 6. Who is the Vignahantra for all of us? He is Ganapati, Shodasha Vigneshwara. That is what is here mentioned. The Shodashakshari mantra is nothing but invoking of the Shodasha Vigneshwaras, the 16 Ganapatis who are the Vigna Nivarana. And that is what she did. Who did? Trikuta, to bring in all the 9 deities out. That is why Trikuta Kamakotika. When she reached the Kamakotika, that is, she reached the limits, limitless ends and limits of Kama, that is fulfillment of all the desires of the universe. What was the desires at that moment, that time when this legend happened? It was a fulfillment of the killing of Kalakeya, that is the evil force, to bring in back all the vegetation and the prosperity in the land. So this is what is indirectly mentioned in a very deep sense in this mantra. Sri Shodashakshari Vidya, this line has to be underlined. Shodasha Mahaganapati, who is the first day deity and also who is the first god and who is the first deity for all the Vigna Nivarana. Ambal herself invokes him in the 16 letters and makes it her own Mula Mantra, which is the totality of Sri Vidya Upasana, which is the total chakra healing. And this was done by Trikuta in the Trikuta Parvata in Jammu Kashmir, which is the Vaishnav Devi, and she is the Vaishnavi, the Saptamatrika. Right? Now we go to the next mantra, which is again related to this. Bhavani Bhavana Gamya. Bhavani, her name becomes Bhavani. How it becomes Bhavani? Because she is in your Bhavana Gamya. Agamya means coming into your bhava, that is coming into your mind, bhava, your imagination, your sankalpa. So she becomes Bhavani. She is named as Bhavani. The same Shailaputri is named as Bhavani because she comes into your bhava. Bhavana Gamya, Bhavaranya Kutarika. Your bhavana, a human mind or an animal mind or a species mind or whatever you take it, every species has a mind, and but that mind is like a forest. Bhavana, Bhavani, Bhavana Gamya, Bhava Aranya. Aranya is a forest. Why it is a forest? Because you have n number of thoughts, multiple thoughts like multifunctional skills at the same time for everybody. And there may be lot of thoughts. It may be high-end thoughts, it may be low-end thoughts, it may be middle-end thoughts or whatever you call it. So that is a forest full of confusion. So she comes into that to clear it. That is why we came to the first sloka connecting to it, known as Chit Agni Kunta Samputa. Then it burns, your mind burns and reaches a focus to one particular priority. You prioritize things. It is a scientific way of doing it. That is what Lalita Sahasranama is. Now, Bhavani, Bhavana Gamya, Bhavaranya Kutarika. What is Kutarika? Kutara, she is, if you go into the double deep, there are different meanings to a word in Sanskrit and any language, of course, for that matter. Sanskrit really has number of meanings. If you see Kutarika, Kutara is the weapon. Kutara is the trident which she is holding. With the Kutara, it's a symbolic representation. With the Kutara, that is with your energy inside through her, you are getting your Aranya, Bhava Aranya cleared, and she emerges into it as Bhavana Gamesha. So it gives you the right Bhava when it is required. She comes into that rather than giving you multiple thoughts and getting confused. And so she becomes Bhavani, Bhadra Priya. Then what happens? You will become more secure. Bhadramurti, because she says security in herself. Bhadramurti, Bhakta Saubhagya Daini. So she gives you all the Saubhagya, your desires and wants fulfilled. Here is one interesting thing. In olden days, and even today, till day, we chant in Navarathri lot of slokas, whether it is Lalita Sahasranama, whether it is Lalitamba Shobhana, which is done in Tamil, the same translation of Lalita Sahasranama. The same other translation is Abhirami Andadi in a different form. The same thing in Sanskrit in a bigger way is a full depiction of the evil forces killed by Ambal in different forms in the 9 days in the form of Saptashati, Devi Mahatmya, which you call it in Tamil, and Saptashati in Sanskrit. The same thing which you have in Sri Vidya Upasana also as Navavarana Puja, and the same thing which you have also as Navavarana Kritis in a simple form for the common man done by the Carnatic musicians. And that is where we have the Bhakta Saubhagya Dhaini. because we have the Navavarana and in Sri Chakra, which is the main focus of Navaratri. Navaratri, Sri Chakra is again here significantly 9 chakras, 5 and 4, Swami and Ambal together, and Shiva Shakti Aikya Swarupini. That is what is mentioned in the ultimate Lalita Sahasranama. And when it becomes a Aikya, what is the meaning indirectly here? Aura and chakra healing here, if you take, it is an indirect interpretation from the Kundalini to the Sahasrara, that is Shiva Shakti Aikya. You reach the Aikya. And we started today with the Sahasrara chakra. Now we are going each day from the Sahasrara to the lowermost Mooladhara chakra and completing the Navaratri in the 9th day. This is the inner meaning of it. And here I would really like to mention that we are going to have the second level of our aura and chakra healing, which we will be doing after Navaratri, after a week, after you people all complete the Navaratri process and then keep all your Kolubommais and all your work done for a week and take rest. And then we come to the next session of aura and chakra healing with continuation to this, so that you get a clear picture. And people who have already participated know the process, but people who are not participated in the first workshop, they will also have the very easy opportunity, because all the slides will be given to them beforehand for the first level also, so that it will be easy to assimilate. And anyway, we'll do a recap in the second session in the beginning first day. So everyone will be easily getting the access of that. And I would request whoever is interested to join that also, to gain more aura cleansing and to become more stronger as an individual and reach all the Bhakta Saubhagya Daini, reach all the Saubhagya which is there, right? And here the Navavarna Kriti for the day becomes in Kamboji Raga, Sakala Saubhagya Daini. It is a chakra. Each chakra, like we have Rogahara Chakra, Saubhagya Chakra, Siddhidatri Chakra, all these things, which is the 9 wants of a human being, which is mentioned in the Navavarna Puja, which is done, and Navavarna Kritis. This is the exact meaning of Lalita Sahasranama, where we get to know regarding aura and chakra healing also. At the same time, we also are able to worship the ultimate Empress, who is guiding us and who will guide us through this good times ahead to come, and to remove all the obstacles of the bad times which we have undergone for the past 1.5 years, each and every one of us. And I wish all of you, and sincerely pray to Ambal to bless you all. Being a Shodashi and a Sri Vidya Upasaka myself, by her grace, I would wish all of you all the prosperity through her blessings. Thank you once again, and really happy to have shared my limited knowledge to all of you, and would really appreciate all of you to participate and take the benefits of it. Navaratri Varthikal once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you.